Could ancient Greek musical terminology help us understand how the lyre was played? What we just saw are three different words to describe different ways of touching the strings, different gestures that perhaps would not exist without the plectrum and the telemon. And here the terminology begins to make physical sense, because once texts, iconography, and embodied practice start aligning, this instrument stops behaving like a harp played with two symmetrical hands and starts behaving like a lyre. For years, I approached the lyre mainly through performance, but eventually I realized that the real mystery was not simply what the instrument could sound like, it was how the hands were working, because iconography is surprisingly consistent. The right hand almost always striking the plectrum, while the left hand almost always interacting with the strings. And the two hands seem to be doing very different kinds of work. That difference appears not only in images, but in the vocabulary itself. Kroen, to strike. Ancient Greek sources repeatedly connect this word to the plectrum, because the plectrum creates projection, sustain, rhythmic continuity, gives the instrument force, and that sharp, distinctive attack against the strings. But if the right hand is striking, what exactly is the left hand doing? The telemon exists to free the hand to actually play. Catalepsis, a rare term in ancient music. As Callum describes it as taking hold of the strings after striking them. Touching a vibrating string can change everything. You can stop the resonance, mute strings to shape harmony, produce harmonics, and add to pitch, control vibration. Silent is especially interesting because it appears closely connected to finger plucking. The same term is also used for instruments played entirely with the fingers, such as harps, and later even for singing. But on the lyre, things are more hybrid. The fingers and the plectrum seem to coexist. In many vase paintings, we can see the left hand actively pulling or plucking strings, while the right hand continues striking with the plectrum. Not one technique replacing another, but coexistence. And this may be exactly what the ancient terminology is preserving. Different ways of touching the strings existing in the same time. Striking, plucking, stopping, combining gestures. Suddenly, a passage by Quintilian became remarkably concrete. The first time I read this, I understood it intellectually but not physically. For years I used plucking and striking and strumming, but as separate techniques, alternating them. That changed when I began working with the aulos player and composer Callum Armstrong. Callum composed for aulos and lyre together, so lyre could no longer behave like a solo instrument. It had to blend, to respond, to interweave. The plectrum sustaining rhythm and resonance below, while the left hand articulates melodic movement above, two simultaneous musical layers on 7 strings. What is most important for me is not reconstructing a single correct way to play the lyre, but what happens when a vase painting, a technical term, and the gesture in the hands suddenly converge. A possibility, and an instrument that still has more to reveal.